out to you about the way that you've been able to lead the second unit and then also lead the play when LeBron's on the court with you in the playoffs compared to the regular season. What differences have you noticed and how that's been impacting the game and the team?
Me personally, I was trying to take care of the ball as a second unit leader on the floor, extension of coach out there, and give my guys shots where they need the ball and being efficient, on both ends of the floor.
Hey, Rajon, it's Bill Oram. It's been a decade for you since you've been in the finals, and I'm wondering what maybe you appreciate, about reaching this level with your team that maybe you didn't when you were a younger guy.
Well, when I was a lot younger, I had a lot of success. I won at 21 years old, and now being 34, it's a completely different experience and understanding that this doesn't come often or annually. So for me to be back here, over a decade later, it's very humbling experience, and I'm letting my young guys know, from all the rookies to the second, third year players at Coos, that this opportunity doesn't come often, and guys search for this moment their entire career, and we definitely have to seize the moment.
Awesome.
David Benjamin.
Hey, Rajon. It seems like this stretch through the last two rounds of the playoffs has been your best individual stretch since coming to the Lakers, and obviously the team has echoed that. Why do you think it's coming now? Obviously you played 2 years with the team. What about this moment is allowing you to mesh so well with the team on the court?
Each series is different. Obviously regular season playoffs are two different type of games. Each level you have to raise your level of play. But for me, didn't know what to expect. Obviously coming back, having played ball in 7 months, 6-7 months, a couple of injuries when I did come back, so I didn't know what to expect as far as my output and what I would do as far as producing on the court. But I've had a lot of belief in my work and what my craft and what I put in the last couple of months. Coach Vogels has still a lot of confidence in me coming back. Obviously saying that I played a very important role in this team, along with Rob Pelinka as well. So those guys from up top believe in him from day one, and just not want to let my teammates down. Not want to let myself down. I'm a very competitive person, and feeling that I do have an impact on this team, helping this team win.
How good?
Rajon, this experience of living with your teammates, having these dinners, I guess every night, living on the same floor, how has that challenged you, and how has that sort of made this run so unique compared to other runs you've been on in the playoffs before?
It's very unique because, even more so now, you spend a lot more time with teammates than your family. Obviously, in the past, you do the same a little bit, but you get a perspective of going home as well. So being with guys every day, eating, breakfast, lunch, and dinner has been fun. Obviously, we had a break as well, a couple of months off due to COVID, but we got back in the bubble. Me, unfortunately, I kind of went home 3 days afterwards. So me coming back into the bubble made me more appreciate the time being with my teammates, understanding the camaraderie is big in this type of game that we play. So developed the chemistry early on. It's kind of became natural. Guys aren't forced to be around each other. We just kind of naturally gravitate toward each other. We have started a Madden football challenge group game, and everything we do is pretty much have been together. Like I said, there's different age groups on where our team stands, but for the most part, we all have pretty much the same common goals. We're here for one reason, and then off the court, like I said, what better way to bond is over food and watching games.
All right, Gary.
Rajon, obviously Lakers' first appearance in the finals in 10 years. You played in that series. What are your reflections on that series? Did you kind of have bad memories when everybody was talking about the first time back in 10 years and you're thinking you were on the other side of that? What's your reflections from that 2010 series?
I think I blurred a lot of it out. It was ugly when we were up 3-2, and obviously we didn't get the job done. We were up in the fourth quarter. That stands out to me as well. But Kobe played well. He didn't have a great offensive scoring night, but he did a lot of intangibles. He had, I think, 18 rebounds. Paul Gasol played well. Bynum played well. Key role players hit big shots. Fisher, Ron Artest. So it was a collective team effort. But that's a long, long time ago, and I just look forward to obviously changing the chapter, and we'll continue to go past this different chapter in my life and write a better story in it.
All right, Will, I think you have a couple more on your end.
Yes, I do have a couple more. Let's go with Tanya Ganguly.
Hey, Rajon. I was wondering what the challenge has been like over the last few months for you in keeping in touch with people back in Louisville, and kind of staying connected with everything that's been going on with the Breonna Taylor case.
Well, I don't want to say too much earlier. So many different speculations were coming out on different stories of what had happened. I speak closely every day. The lady used to run a foundation, Yvette Gentry, she's now the police chief. You know, we talk, like I said, about life in general, you know, how the climate is in Louisville, not necessarily about her job and her role. It's just, you know, the young men in our community, we've tried to do that the last 4 or 5 years through my foundation. It's giving back to the youth, giving them someone to hold them accountable, someone that shows them that they care, and just making a change with our youth. Obviously, we know how important it is this year as far as voting and getting the message out there to the people in my community that their vote does matter, and that how we can make difference and make a change in my city. So, you know, for me, it was tough to actually come to the bubble, knowing so much is going on where I'm from, and me feeling like I have one of the biggest impacts on my city. I take a lot of pride in trying to figure out how we can make change, or how I can make change, and understanding what I have to do as far as, you know, you go from protesting, but after protesting, you have to get to the board. You have to get to the boardrooms and make change, and understanding who we need to vote for and who we can support as a community.
All right, we're going to take one more. Alan Sliwa.
Hey, Rajon, just get your thoughts on the matchup versus Miami. What are some of the challenges that, you know, you're expecting in this matchup against the Heat? And then also, how much is game one just a feeling out process? And is that just based on your experience where so many adjustments come from there?
Well, adjustments are made right now. You know, obviously, going from a Denver Nuggets team who plays a little bit different than Miami, obviously, but I think each team that we played in this playoffs has prepared us to this point. And the Heat definitely composed a great challenge. The world coach played one of my favorite teammates, Jimmy Butler. Going against him would be fun. And a lot of respect for all those other guys. You know, Bam, Hero, Dragic is playing at a high level, all-star level guard. So